reminding me.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. So, so yesterday we were talking extensively about the loopback interface. Then I would like to, go a little bit further on different cards and other things, because if anybody has worked on the data center and on the Nexus level switches, there all those different kinds of interfaces will come. Okay, different kinds of interfaces will come. Uh, but again, in the Juniper, the interface numbers and other things will be all different. Okay, so I just want to talk about that little bit. So apart from that, there are some virtual interfaces. This one of them is integrated routing and bridging interface, IRB. Okay, so a logical interface on switches and firewalls for routing traffic between the VLANs. Okay, so this is again a logical interface. Then there is a routed VLAN interface, special interface for routing packets into and out of our private VLANs. So whenever there is a private VLAN, this will come into picture. Then there are some virtual chassis port interface. It is used in virtual chassis environments whose function is to send and receive virtual chassis control protocol. So this is what happens is when you have multiple switches. Okay, when you have multiple switches and you are actually integrating both switches, and those switches will work as a single switch. So in those cases, it will come into picture. And this is again, there is another interface called as the multi-chassis aggregated Ethernet interface. So whenever you are doing MLAG, I hope you know what is MLAG. So whenever you are doing MLAG, this will come into picture, but we need not worry about all these things. Uh, if we are working on a specific device, my suggestion is that go through the documentation little bit. Now, Juniper interfaces come as when there are different interfaces for all these type of things. Okay, interfaces are represented by various acronyms. So AE is aggregated Ethernet interface, E1 is a Ethernet interface, XC is a 10 gigabit Ethernet interface. So if we go to this site, I think I might have kept it open. Let me close this. Not this. So let me copy this. Okay, it was working. Okay, this is not working. Okay, I'll find that this one and I'll get you. But that link was talking about different kinds of Juniper interfaces. I think I have a similar kind of one more. This one is there. Interfaces fundamentals. Juniper, I have Junos OS.
Shekhar, this link is working. I put it in chat.
That, where is that?
In chat, Shekhar.
Interface overview. Yes, yes, yes. This was what I was. This is working, huh?
Yeah, yeah, Shekhar.
Thanks, yeah. Yes, this is working. Maybe when I copied it, I made some. Yeah, this is device interfaces overview. Yes, I was looking at this. So if you look here, they are talking about so many things here. So device interfaces overview, they are talking about the physical interfaces. Juniper device contains several different types of interfaces suited for various functions. For the interfaces on a device to function, you must configure them. You must configure the interface location, that is slot. I'm going to talk about that. There is something called as flexible PIC concentrator, that is FPC. In some routers it will be called as DPC, dense port concentrator. There is something called as modular port concentrator. Those are basically slots. Okay. Here, this is interface has an interface name which specifies the media type, the slot in which the flexible PIC concentrator or dense is located, the location of FPC where PIC is installed, and PIC or DPC. So you will be able to understand it properly. Here, 1 minute, there will be a diagram. Here. This is another link. I'll put this link in chat because this is giving you some good information. Okay. Guys, whenever I'm giving you this slide, please go through it once at least, because I don't think after that you will get time. Okay. You will be doing some changes or some other thing. Just open this, all of you. The latest one. And with me, just go along so that you understand this. Line cards and modules to provide high density, high speed Ethernet services. A new type of flexible port concentrator, FPC, had to be created, called as the dense port concentrator. That means what? FPC, DPC, those are same things. Okay, so DPC is maybe more number of ports can be put, so it is dense. Okay, that's why it is called as the DPC. Right now, what is FPC? We are coming to that. So the first generation line card allowed to 80 GBs ports per slot. Okay, the DPC line cards utilize a previous ASIC from the M series called as iChip. This allowed Juniper to rapidly build the first MX line cards and softwares. So basically these are the line cards. Okay, now they are not using this iChip, they are using something Trio something. Okay, we are coming to that, but at least you understood this FPC and DPC is the same thing, but DPC is more advanced. It can hold more ports. Okay, and bandwidth will be higher. Okay, now comes MPC, modular port concentration. This is the second generation line card created to further increase the density to 160 Gbps. See, DPC was 80 Gbps. MPC is 160 Gbps ports per slot. this generation of hardware is created using the Trio chipset. I told you, right? Earlier was DPC, it was I chipset. This is Trio chipset. So MPC supports the MICs that allow you to mix and match different modules on the MPC. So here, so MIC is most probably modular interface cards. We are coming to that. Now look here. Module interface card, yes. So you have DPC, the first generation high density, high speed Ethernet line cards. MPC, second generation high density, high speed Ethernet line cards supporting modules. Now MIC is second generation Ethernet and optical modules that are inserted in the MPC. Okay. In the DPC, they insert PIC. Okay, physical interface cards. In the MPC, they insert MIC. Okay, it's a common misconception that modular part of MPC derives its name from its ability to accept different kinds of MICs. This is only half of the story. The MPC also derives its name from being able to be flexible when it comes to the Trio chipset. Anyway, we don't require so much. For example, MPC 3D blah blah blah. It seems like this line card is very popular. Is a fixed port configuration, but only uses buffering block and I don't know this blah blah blah. And new line cards are introduced in the future. Okay, look here, DPC. The DPC line cards come in 6 different models to support varying different port configurations. There is a mixture of 1G, 10G, copper, optical. There are 3 DPCs, routing switching DPC, and enhanced queuing. So if you go for Nexus, in the Nexus also, you have these different kinds of cards are there. Okay. There are different kinds of cards which you have to buy, but they name it very differently. Anybody has any idea on the Nexus switches? Anybody? No. So
I think for Nexus we have S module and M modules, and know that some modules support for layer 2, layer 3, like that. We have to
yes. Correct. In the Nexus, right?
Yeah, Nexus.
You have the M modules. Yes. Exactly. There are some modules which will support only switching. Some modules will support routing and switching.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, you are exactly.
M series and F series.
Yes. F series are also there. Actually I'm forgetting because we don't normally work on this this one, right? I have learned it long time back. It's almost I forgot.
Okay.
Yes. So these are, see, for routing and switching like that only. That M series, here it is DPCR. Switching, it is DPC X. I think X is there because I think that will support 10 gigabit ports. Enhanced queuing, DPC Q. So DPCR operate at either layer 3 or pure layer 2 switch. It's generally the most cost effective when using separate strategy for support. Okay, we don't have to go through. Anybody working on a particular this one, then you can actually read it. Okay, so here DPC X has the same features as DPC R. Main difference is the route table is limited to 32,000 prefixes, cannot use L3 VPNs on the DPC. Okay, so different features are there. What all supports in what all line cards, they are just telling. DPC line cards are still supported, but there is no active development of new features being brought to these line cards. For new deployments, it is recommended to use newer second generation MPC line cards. So these DPC line cards, they are old ones. It is still there, but new ones are not coming. So it will be MPCs. So MPCs are using the Trio chipset. DPCs were using I chipset. And where Juniper is focusing all new features and services. Okay, the MPC, modular port concentrator. The modular line cards are second generation of line cards for the MX series. Okay, there are two significant changes when moving from DPC to MPC. One is the chipset. Yes, of course, from iChip to Trio, and modularity. All MPCs are now using Trio chipset to support more scale, bandwidth, and service. The other big change is that now the line cards are modular using the MICs. That means here it is not fixed. You can move around with the line cards here. So they are showing this. This is MPC. In the MPC, you have two MIC. One is MIC 0, one is MIC 1. Okay. So high level architecture of MPC and MIC. The MPC can be bought as a type of intelligent shell or carrier of MIC. So it's like a slot, right? This change in architecture allows the separation of physical ports over subscriptions, features, and services. Okay. This also allows the MIC to be used in many different types of MPCs depending on number of features and scale required. Yes, because it has become modular, right? You can pick and put it on different MPCs also. There are 3 different categories of MPCs. Each model has a different type of Trio chipsets providing different options of scaling and bandwidth. You have MPC 1, MPC 2, MPC 3. So how is the naming convention coming? With the number of chipsets, right? Oh, MPC 2 is 2. MPC 3E is having only one chipset. But the bandwidth is 130 Gbps. I don't know how it is being done. I'm not so sure. It supports 1 gigabit, 10 gigabit, 40 gigabit, 40 GE, and 10 gigabit, 100 gigabit Ethernet. Okay, so this is a enhanced one. Oh, that's why you have the E. See, when we go through the documents, we learn so many things. That's why I'm just telling you, just read it once, because later on you will not get any time to read this. So this is E is the enhanced one. The MPC3 is the first of many MPCs that will use an enhanced Trio chipset that is designed to support 40Z and 100Z. Because of this E, you have the 40Z and 100Z. The MPC3 was designed to be similar to MPC1 architecture, whereby a single Trio chipset handles both MICs and is intentionally oversubscribed to offer an attractive price point. Okay. Yes, this was the one I was looking. See, MPC1, remember MPC1, MPC2, MPC3E, enhanced one. So this is MPC1. The MPC starts off with the MPC1, which has got a single Trio chipset. The use case of MPC is to offer an intelligently oversubscribed line card for an attractive price. All of the MICs that are compatible with MPC1 have the interface block built into MIC to handle the oversubscription. See, this was MIC1. This was MIC0. This was MIC1. This MIC0, 20 into 1 GE ports. Okay, 1 gig ports are there. It is so this in one MIC you have 4 gig ports here, and here 2 into 10 GE. This is MIC1, so it is 10 gig ports are there. MPC2, you can see this. Here you have more number of 10 gig ports. So I hope you got some idea about what is MPC, what is DPC, okay, what is FPC. FPC is old generation. From FPC, it came to be the DPC, right? Dense PIC concentrator. P is a single word, but it is having one sentence. P is PIC. Then you had the from DPC. Again, this was like previous generation. Now it is MPC. Now in MPC, we could see that there was MPC 1. Where is that? MPC 1, and we had MPC 2. Then we had MPC 3E. MPC 1, just to remember, there was one trio chipset, and before that we had DPC. DPC was using which chipset? Which chipset? DPC?
I chipset.
It was I chipset. Yes, it was the I chipset. So MPC is using the trio chipsets, which is a new generation one. And MPC 1, one trio. MPC 2 is 2 trio. It is little costlier one. Then MPC 3E is made on top of MPC 1 only, what I could understand, in the same way. But when you have the E, that is the enhanced version. So that enhanced version is, this is giving the capability for 40 gigabit and 100 gigabit Ethernet links. So this is a very, this is a very important link. Please go through it. This is giving us very good information. And MPC, in one MPC, there will be MIC slots, okay, modular interface cards. So in MPC, you will have the MIC slots. Inside the MIC slots, you will have the actual ports. That means one MIC slot will hold multiple ports. Now, there are different kinds of MICs. So whatever you require, you can connect it. So it has become modular. So, if this MPCs hold, if it can hold 2 MICs, that means if you don't require 10 gigabit ports, you can have this MIC 0 here, and maybe one more MIC, this type of MIC 0, which is giving 1 gig ports, you can put it here and you can use it. That's why it is the modular, right? Or if you want only 10 gig ports, then take this MIC 1, same type of MIC 1, maybe you might be able to put it. I don't know. There may be some restrictions which might be there, but this is how it looks like. So PIC is physical interface card. Okay, it is plugged into FPC, right? Then we have seen DPC, dense port concentrator, and MPC is modular port. I think it is card or concentrator. I don't know. So I'd like to check it out. What is that? MPC. Modular port concentrator. Yeah, it's a concentrator. Yes.
Rajgopal here.
Yes.
It means the card which fits for the SFP ports, the module.
The card which ports this one fits for the
SFP module, right?
There are, it is written here. See, I'll show you. See, one like DPCR, this model, what all it is supporting. It is supporting SFP ports. It is supporting the TX. Okay, it is supporting 20 gigabit SFP. So these are different kinds of line cards. Okay, what all it will support, that depends.
Shekhar, yeah, this line card is have any like specific modules for Junos, or it is like applicable for every module of Junos?
I think it will not be applicable for every, it depends on this one, right? Suppose, just for example, I may not be sure, I may not know, but just think that, this new generation MPCs, okay, they may not be compatible with the old generation Junos router, correct?
Yes.
So we have to look at the documentation and we have to know which card actually fits. And
so in that case, we have to refer the data sheet of which is present.
Yeah. We have to refer the data set of the particular this one, particular device, right? So this is giving us a general information. At least we got idea now what is MPC, what is MIC, what is FPC, what is DPC, right? And like where each thing fits. So we have got some idea. So this is supposed to be a concentrator. So as I'm telling you that naming and numbering conventions can vary depending on Juniper platform. Okay, so this one, there is another link here. Hopefully it will work, because again, I don't know. So I go through the stuff and this is not because this one, but I think this is because I'm copying from here. So I'll just, how did I search? I searched it in this way. MX for Juniper.
Maybe you can paste it in Notepad and from there you can copy. Maybe you can try that.
Correct. That's why.
Still will not work because you have space in between. There should not be any space. There are hyphens are available.
Hyphens are missing, na?
Yes.
These hyphens are missing. Wherever there is a space, the hyphens are there. That's why it is not working.
Maybe you can remove till hardware and you can search from there, I think.
Okay. So this was the link I was looking for. Let me actually put it on the chat. We are here to learn the CLI, but I feel that this is important That's why, we are going through it. At least we'll have some idea after that. So you have the here. If I scroll down, just hold on. So in the physical part of the interface, name and hyphen separates the media type from MPC number. So MPC will be represented as FPC only in the CLI. Okay. So the type is FPC / PIC / the port. So FPC, you can consider this to be the entire slot. Okay. Then PIC is physical interface concentrator. That is that MICs in the MPC. And this is the physical port number. Okay. Now the type here, this type can be, gigabit Ethernet or 10 gig interface. So if it is gigabit, it will be ZE. If it is 10 gig, it is XC. Okay. Then you have the FPC. This is the slot in which the MPC is installed. Okay. On MX5, MX10, blah, blah, blah routers, MPCs are built into the chassis and are represented in the CLI as FPC0 or FPC1. So although these are MPCs, those are called as those are MPCs, those are called as FPCs only with their old name. Okay. Then you have PIC. Okay. So this is the physical interface concentrator, and you have the port number. Now you look here. So this one thing, if I'm not wrong, they could have drawn it little more clearly, but this is the FPC, if I'm not wrong. Okay, this entire thing is FPC, and this thing, I think, is the PIC. And these are the actual port numbers. This is the FPC. Whether you say FPC or MPC depends on the modules, right? So this is how it is. Maybe this will be like, if you have a gigabit Ethernet 0 here, this might be like GE hyphen, if it is FPC number is 1, I'm just thinking out, then PIC number is 0, the first one, and this interface is 0. Okay, this might look something like this. This again, it's very confusing. Okay, listen to me. This FPC is being inserted where? This slot is called as MIC. When you, let's say, buy a empty router, you may get empty slots, right? that slots are called as MIC. Okay. In that MIC slot number 1, you are putting FPC. So maybe MIC slot number 1 is same as FPC slot number 1. Okay. So here you have the FPC slot number 1, and in that you have the PIC 0 and PIC 1. But actually they are telling that this is a new generation router, although we are calling it as a FPC. In the CLI it will come as FPC, but these are actually MPCs only. They're telling the chassis has 2 built-in MPCs which are represented in the CLI as FPC 0 and FPC 1. Oh, okay. This is one is FPC 0, one is FPC 1. So in the slot number 1, I think they're putting FPC 0. Now I want one diagram. There is a diagram. Hold on. FPC 1 in this, this is again a little different router, right? So you have this FPC 1, this is PIC 0. This is FPC 1, PIC 1, and inside that you have these port numbers. One more, where is that? See here also, they're showing you in the Juno CLI, an interface name has the following format. The type FPC PIC port. So here, the example of naming interface illustration for where PICs and ports are located. So you can see here. So this is one FPC. Okay, then you have these PICs. And inside the PIC, you have the port numbers. So this particular port is PIC1 port 2, PIC1 port 0. So I hope you got some idea now. What is FPC? What is PIC? What is, MIC? MIC is the slot. That slot is called as the MIC. Guys, anything? Let me give you, I think I have already given this. Please go and study. It's very important. This one. Then this. And this. This specifically for MX40. Okay. So in the interface naming, this is all there. And let's come back to the command line. So as you know, yesterday we were talking about, you have the Junos cell. Okay. So in the when you are logging into the Junos as root, or you are using the console port, you are actually placed into the Linux cell. It will allow access to the normal, Linux commands like ping, cd, ls, netstate, and other things. And it is also used to stop and restart the protocol daemons. Now you can access the FreeBSD cell from the operational mode. Now here, let me get into one of the labs. I don't want this to start. Okay, while it is getting started. So you can access the FreeBSD Linux cell from the operational mode by giving the command start cell. If you are a root user, then you just say start cell. If you are in the operational mode, just give the command start cell. You will get into the Linux cell. Okay, but if you are not the root user, you are a different user is logged in, then you have to mention the username and you may be prompted for the password. Now once it starts, I'll show you that you can, if you are in the operational mode, you can give the command show system processes. So this will actually show you what all different processes are running. Okay. Now, same command in the cell, if you give this ps space hyphen aux. Okay. This grab alarm, this grabbing is like, I'm just filtering the output, that's different. But if you use the ps space hyphen aux, that will give you the same information. Okay. I hope this has come up. MPC. Okay, while it comes up. So suppose, you know, if you look at this command show system, you know, processes, and you see that any one of the some processes, you know, the CPU utilization is very high. Okay, if the CPU utilization is very high, then you can actually kill that process, right? You can kill that process. You can actually go to the our shell, okay, and you can find that particular process with the process ID, okay, and you can actually kill that particular process, which I will demonstrate now. Now, how do you kill it? Kill space -9. It is like kill with authority. Okay, so kill this and you give the process ID number. Okay, in this case, I tried to kill one process called as alarm D. Okay, so what has happened is once I selected here,
Sir,
see, yes.
you said process ID is 16491. What is the meaning for 9?
Which one?
9. You said 9. Process ID is there. What is the meaning for 9 there?
Oh, 9. 9 is like, you know, this is in Linux. Okay, 9 is there like kill with authority.
Authority.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
So whenever we have to, whenever we have to kill a process, right? In Linux, we use, I'm also not very familiar with Linux, but whenever we have to kill something, a process with authority, we'll use the -9.
Okay.
That will kill, and that will kill it immediately.
Okay.
Okay. So always we'll use the space -9 word. So hopefully it has come up. Yes. So root and password for me, PASS@123. So I'm in the Linux shell. Okay. Now let me go to the CLI. So this is how you go to the CLI. Okay. Now I'm in the CLI. If I say show system processes, it's not giving me full this one. So Q means quit. I've quit the command, and show system processes, I'll say detail. So this is giving me like a top command. In Linux, there is a command called top that will show different processes. So you can see that this is the process ID. But for most of this one processes, CPU utilization is 0 because nothing is running here, right? What we can do is, there is one command. If I say show system processes detail, if I say pipe, and if I say exclude, except, if I say except 0. So I'm saying that wherever this 0 is there, now remove it. Let's see. Oh, everything is getting removed. So that will not work in our case because not much is running. But this command, same command, if I have to look at the Linux shell, okay, if I have to look at the Linux shell, then first of all, I have to go back to the Linux shell, right? How do you go back to the Linux shell? The command is start shell. Now, I myself is the root user, but if you are some other user, you may have to say user, and then you have to give the name of the user. Here I will just put root. So this was not required for the root user, this last two, this, okay. So I'll just say enter. And you can see that whenever you see this tilde sign, you know you are in the Linux cell. So just if you are confused, whether I'm in the Linux cell or I'm in the operational mode, so just try to use some command which is not there in the Linux. Just for example, if I say show configuration, and see tab is not working and I press tab, a command not found. So you will know that you are in the Linux cell. So here if I say ps space -aux, you will see the same output, exactly the same output. Now, if I have to kill some daemon or some process, right? I have to select some process. So there I took alarm D. Let's try the same thing here. Okay, we'll have to find out, right? So ps this one -aux, and if I say pipe, and if I say grab and alarm D, ALARMD, I'm getting it. Okay, and this particular process is having a process ID. This process IDs will change, huh? So this is having a process ID of 16575. Okay, let us kill it. Let us kill it. So I'll say kill space -9 space, and the process ID is 16575. 16575. So how we'll know that it is killed? And if you just go and put it again, you see that it is now using a different process ID. So when it is using a different process ID, that means this process got restarted. Okay, so you can kill some process and you can check. Okay, so basically this is the command ps space -aux. This is the command to check the processes, and -grab. Grab in Linux, this command, why we use is basically what will happen is this grab is used to do the filtering. Okay, we use it to filter the commands. Okay, so here I want to see only this alarm D, so they are showing me this, and then I took the process ID and I have killed it. So this is how you can work with it. And in the future classes, we will also use the shell mode to do few other things like checking the files and other things. We will do it as it comes. Okay, so let us move to the CLI again. See, when I was killing at that point, when I was doing the lab and I copied it, it was 16548. So the process IDs will be changing. Now, Junos runs over FreeBSD Linux shell has got two main CLI mode, operational mode and a configuration mode. Operation mode, it is greater than symbol. Configuration mode, it is the hash. And remember, here it will be username, then the host name. So here I'm writing it router, but it will be username @host name. That will be the device name actually. It will show as like that. So operational mode is used to monitor and troubleshoot the device operations. Okay, so you can come into the operation mode from the shell is by using the CLI. Some of the common operational mode commands are show, clear, ping, request, trace route, and other things. This request is a very, very powerful command. We will see that. Juno's operational mode is mainly for the read-only commands. Then the configuration mode. Okay, configuration mode is, you can get into the configuration mode from the operational mode in two ways. One is edit and one is configure. So you can use any one of them. Okay, I use configure because I have come from the Cisco background, right? So this is a natural thing, it's coming. But edit is more simple, less number of words actually. So whenever you have this, you will be in the hash. Okay, now some of the common commands which you can run here is, of course, the set command, and opposite of set is delete command. Okay, one is the set command and the opposite of set is the delete command. Okay, then of course you have the rollback command. If you want to go to some previous configuration, then you want to change something, it is the rename, and we will see all these things. Okay, the run command is used if you want to run a operational mode command in the configuration mode. It is like the do command of the Cisco. Okay, it is the do command of the Cisco. So, and I'm going to deal with each and every command here. Okay, we are going to work on top up what it is, and we'll see that. So reverting to the default config. So there is always a default configuration in Junos. Okay, it is there always. There is a default configuration in Junos. Now the Junos default configuration can be, that is the factory default, right? So you always have a factory default configuration. So in order to get into the factory default configuration, there are two ways. One is from the configuration mode and one is from the operational mode. In the configuration mode, you have to type load factory default. This factory default will always be there. Okay, so whenever you type the command load factory default, it will say, okay, fine, now all the configurations are going. But a new router, when you come back to the router, see what happens is, whenever you are in a Juniper device, okay, in a Juniper device, whenever you come into a new Juniper device and you want to configure something, you have configured something and you want to commit, you will not be allowed to commit until and unless there is a root password configured. So if you are coming into a new device, they will, whenever you are doing some configuration and you want to commit it, first of all, they will tell you that before committing, give a root password. Once you give the root password, then only you will be able to commit. Here also, when you are removing everything, it is telling that you are removing all the configuration. That means the root password also is going. So you need to set a new root authentication password. Then only you will be able to commit. Okay, and then you can exit, and you can ask the system to reboot. Okay, let us see that, because we have a device already where we have some configuration. So let us look at that. So let me go back to the here. I'll go to the configuration mode, or I can type edit also. Okay, so I'm in the configuration. I'll say load default. So what was that? Let me check once.
Factory default.
Factory default, right? Yes. It is factory default. So once I do this, so it is telling activating factory default configuration. And if I try to commit, so it is basically trying to check whether this is going to give any error condition or what. Okay, so after checking, it is telling no.
I have
You
a
have
question, Raj Gopal here.
Yes, Rajgopal.
This factory default you have done. So after issuing that command, we have to commit it, right? To take an up.
Yes, we have to commit it. See, I have to commit it, right? Without that, it will not come into effect.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Shekhar, VLAN.database, like how we deleting in Cisco no VLAN.dat file for VLAN database. So this will remove VLAN database also, one simple command.
Yeah, this will remove everything. But there is one more dangerous command is there, which will remove the root authentication password also. So I'm coming to that. Okay.
Okay.
So now he's telling that now this guy, system is telling me that unless and until I give the root authentication password, it is not actually, it will not allow me to go further, right? So let me give it. I'll say set system root authentication password, root authentication. I'll say plain text password, and I'll press enter. So it is asking me to put a new password. Let me keep it capital PASS @123. Capital PASS @123. Okay, let me try to commit now. Okay, commit complete. I'll exit out, and I can say request system reboot. Reboot the system. Yes. Okay. It is rebooting and it will take some time, but in the meantime, I have another device, right? So I will show you the other way in the other device. Okay. Here, this one, see this this one, load factory default, where you had to give it in the configuration mode. But the alternative thing is request system zero rise. I was telling you this request is a very, very powerful command. Now, this is even powerful because this is going to remove everything including the root authentication password. Please note that this command can be done from the operational mode and automatically reboots the device. Here you don't have to reboot also. It will reboot it for you. This command only can be done from a console connection. If you want to reset your system to a truly factory default state, including the lack of a root authentication password, this is the command to use. Okay, so this is request system zero rise. Let's try this. While this is going on, so root, this is the second machine. ASS edited 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm in the shell. Let me go to the CLI. And then I'll say request. What was that? Is my spelling wrong? Yes. Request system zero rise. Okay. So it's telling the system will be rebooted and may not boot without configuration. Okay. Erase all data, including configuration and log files. Do you want to do it? Yes. So basically, it will delete everything, including the log files.
Sir, Rajgopal here. You
Yes.
said that this command should be executed from the console, but you're
No,
not connected.
I'm connected to console, na? This is the virtual console, right? If in I'm in a, this is virtual console, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
Now here, we'll talk a little bit more about the active and the candidate configuration files. Okay, so and then the other things we will talk later on because it might take little time. Okay, so this is, let's take a notepad here. Okay, now let's think about this. So I'm in this router. Okay, this router was previously configured and they have a active configuration. Let me put that as A1. What is this the active configuration? This configuration is committed and this is presently, this is the configuration which is running, right? Now you go to the configuration mode. Okay, you are the admin, you go to the configuration mode and you want to like change something, you want to configure something, right? So a candidate configuration will get created. Okay, a candidate configuration will get created. Now this is the committed, this is the candidate. Now you actually commit it. Now you press, you type commit. Okay, so you type commit here. When you type commit, this candidate configuration will become the new active configuration. This candidate configuration will become the, let me put the arrow and arrow. This candidate configuration will become the new active configuration. And and the previous active configuration will become the rollback configuration. Okay. Now, let's say again you want to configure something. Remember, this is your active configuration now, right? Again, you want to configure something. So another candidate configuration is coming. Let's name it as C2. Okay. Now it has come from the active configuration only, right? Now this candidate configuration, you want to again commit. So when you commit, the new candidate configuration will change to the latest active configuration. Okay, and the previous active configuration will become rollback 1, latest rollback, because this one will become now rollback 2. Literally, the latest one will become the rollback 1, the previous one will become rollback 2.
Hi, Shekhar. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Prashant here. I'm not sure whether this is a much earlier question. In such cases, the previous configuration which is done by the other user, do you have an option or commands to check the rollback which is available earlier?
Yes, there are so many comparisons are there. You can compare, you can see all the rollbacks.
In this scenario, the first thing is the rollback 1 and rollback 2. In the live environment, we have a multiple of rollbacks, right? Do you have,
yes.
Do you have a command to
I
check
think
the rollback
they will store around 50 configurations.
Okay. So,
yes.
Okay, fine then. We'll go through that later, right?
Yeah. Then commit and rollback, there's a separate chapter we'll go through, separate topic.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay. Here I'm trying to understand, we are trying to understand this. Okay. Now look at this. See what has happened. The previous active configuration, he became the rollback, but he became rollback 1. The previous rollback was pushed to rollback 2. Let's say now somebody comes and does a configuration and he commits it. When he commits it, the latest candidate configuration will become the latest active configuration, and the previous active configuration will become the rollback 1. The earlier rollback 1 will become the rollback 2. The earlier rollback 2 will become the rollback 3. In fact, the latest active configuration is rollback 0. Okay, so let's say that you have created some configuration and all of a sudden you remember, oh my God, I should not have done this. You have not yet committed. Okay, you have not yet committed and you want to go back without this one. So you want to remove all your configuration. So you can say rollback 0. So when you say rollback 0, that means this is 0. That means the previous active configuration will take over the candidate configuration. That means you have to still commit, if I'm not wrong. because you have to commit, then only, you know, it will become active configuration, right?
Can you please
Check,
explain
sir. Sorry for the
zero
interrupt.
once again?
Yeah, we'll
Go
do
on,
it
go on,
once
brother.
more. Yeah,
Okay,
another one. Yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong, sir. Okay, if example, okay, I'm doing some configuration. Okay, as you said, I'm going back to rollback 0. If
yes.
I'm not commit also, that that rollback 0 is active only, right? If I'm not commit also.
See, the problem is, yeah, if you are not committed, it is still there. But the problem is that, you know, if you leave out without configuring, or if there are some configuration and without committing, you just go out. Okay.
Yes.
Then whenever, you know, next time you are coming in, and there might be some configuration, right? So which is not yet committed. So you will put rollback 0, right? When you put rollback 0, the latest rollback, this is the active only, this configuration comes to the candidate configuration, right? This comes to the candidate configuration. Of course, as of now, you might say that, okay, my active configuration and my candidate configuration has become same. Even if I don't commit, it is okay. But it is better to commit, I think, right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but this one I confused. So if I'm not commit also, my active and the existing configuration will be same. There is no problem for that, right?
I don't think so. There'll be any problem for that. Yes,
sure.
Because
Sure.
your uncommitted configuration, you have replaced it with the copy of a committed configuration only. Correct or not?
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
So you can do it in the lab and check it out once.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do it. Okay, let us go through it once more.
Sir, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, please.
Rajgopal here. Sir,
Yes,
can you
Rajgopal.
take one scenario and explain? For example, on this case, the rollback, I have shut one VLAN now. Okay. So
let us take a very simple one. Okay. Let us take a host name. Fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Let us take a host name. Okay.
Okay.
1 minute. So let me remove it. So let's say
Prashant here, what I understood is rollback 0 will clear out the uncommitted configurations, right?
Yes, rollback 0 will clear out the uncommitted configurations. But anytime, but I have told you rollback 0, right?
Yeah, rollback
0. But you can go to rollback 2 also, rollback 3 also, whatever rollbacks were there, remember?
But we need to make sure that what is in rollback 2 and what is in rollback 3. But instead of using without knowing the rollback 2 and rollback 3, we can go for rollback 0.
You can see rollback 0 is you are removing uncommitted configurations. But
the one
let's
which
say
we
that
used to see in pipe compare. So pipe compare will give us the add-on commands, newly added commands.
Yes, but you can have show system compare, and you can compare your active configuration with any of the rollback configuration, or you can compare one rollback configuration with another rollback configuration. We are going to do that after, like, you know, going through a few more topics.
I hope once we dig into rollback command by show compare rollback, we'll came to know this.
Oh yes, we can see that. We can show system compare. See, there are two commands are there. One is given in the configuration mode and one is given in the operational mode. Okay, we are going through all of that, not today, but today we are basically trying to understand this once more. Okay, so let us take an example and do it. Let's say that there was a configuration here on the router which have got a host name of R1. Okay, so somebody came and he changed the name to R2, but he has not yet committed it. Once he commits it, that means the new active configuration here, it will be R2, right? And this will go back to the rollback.
So can we see this in the lab itself?
Oh yes, we can see that. We can see that. Let's do one thing. Let us do it tomorrow because I think it is still restarting.
Okay.
Okay. So can we do it tomorrow then? Or let's see, 1 minute, wait.
Fine, not a problem, but we can finish this R0 concept now, right? Rollback 0.
Rollback 0? So rollback 0 is nothing but, removing the uncommitted configurations.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. See,
Yeah.
see, if I committed, okay, whatever the configuration I did, I committed. So it means that rollback 0 has no effect in that. Is it so?
Come up again.
See, whatever the configurations I did, I committed.
Whatever configurations you have done, you have committed. Yes.
Committed. Okay.
Yes.
So in this scenario, there is no impact on rollback 0 command.
Yes, because rollback 0 cannot do anything now once you have committed.
In such case, we should use rollback 1. It will work. Rollback 0 is
yes.
not valid.
In that case, you have to use rollback 1. Correct. Suppose you have some doubt on whatever you have committed, you thought that, oh, I might have made some mistake. Let me revert. So you go to rollback 1 because that is the previous before committed, whatever was the committed active configuration, that was rollback 1.
Shekharji, I'm having one doubt.
Yeah.
If my commits get successfully committed, then only it will goes to rollback 0, right? If there is a problem in committing, there is some problem in like configuration, means we can use still rollback 0 until and unless my commit is not get success.
Yes. That means if a commit is not success, that means it is still in the candidate configuration. Right?
Yes. If my commits succeed, means that commits successful commit will be taken as a rollback 0. That is a present active configuration.
Yes.
That will be not in a candidate configuration.
No.
If in case in that situation, if I want to do rollback, means I should do rollback 1, not 0, because it is already overridden the existing configuration.
Yes, exactly. So let us go through it. You have this active configuration. As I have written A1, this is the active configuration. So somebody tries to do a configuration, means it will be in the candidate configuration. So this will remain. This is uncommitted. This is already committed. Uncommitted one, you want to commit it, you commit. And then this will replace the older one. So this is A2. This is the new active configuration. And this will become rollback. Why I'm writing so much? This will become rollback 1, not 0. The previous active configuration will become rollback 1. Now this is rollback 0. Now you go and do some configuration. This is the, let's say, one new candidate configuration. You commit it. This will become the new active configuration. So this A2 will become the new rollback 1. Earlier rollback 1 will become the rollback 2. So this is the situation. So if once you have done it, now there is no configuration, no candidate configuration. This is rollback 0. At this point of time, if you type rollback 0, it will remain here only. There is no change.
Yes.
You want to go to this configuration, type rollback 1. Correct? So you thought that you have committed by mistake. This commit was not supposed to happen. Then type rollback 1. When you say rollback 1, at this point of time, this configuration will replace this. So here, this will become the rollback 1, or you can say this is the new uncommitted configuration. Now you commit this, you get back this as the active configuration.
Hello, Shekhar.
Yeah.
Shekhar, this will also apply to private and that exclusive mode if we are configuring.
Private and exclusive mode. This,
Yeah.
that I have not tried. Okay. In the private and exclusive mode to see. Exclusive mode to only one can work, right? The other guy cannot work.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. The private is having 2 different configurations that I have not tried in the lab. We can try that in the lab once.
Okay.
Okay. We will try that once in the lab. This will be interesting, and this is a big topic. We are going to work on it.
Okay, Shekhar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, any doubt in this? What is active configuration? What is candidate configuration? And what is rollback? I hope this is clear to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. So tomorrow we'll start, and today I'm going to work. I'm going to, I'm going to see that there are more VMs. Okay, so that more people can work. Fine. Even now, if somebody wants to work on 156, they can actually work. You use the admin. But whoever is working, just for today, you put it in the WhatsApp saying that, please, I am working on this. Please don't, other person don't log in, because otherwise it will be a problem. Okay. But when whoever is working with the admin, you work on your own folder. Okay. Don't work on other people's folder. Okay. So you can try this. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anybody, any question? Any questions? Okay. No.
Prashant, there are no questions, no doubts. Just one information. I'm also not able to log in even.
So today it will get solved. Today it will get solved. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And I think we are covering much of the depth. Okay. I think it's good. We are going in writing only labs. And I think you people can check out your AnyDesk now. Talk to the IT people, because all the permissions have come.
Yeah, Sekhar, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, regarding that, the IT people want you to attach the screenshot for approval on the SR.
Oh, the mail approved one, huh?
Yeah, the approval screenshots need to be attached on the SR. Then only they can get the installation.
Okay,
done.
understood. I will tell the relevant person to do that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That means in the SR ticket only they have to put the screenshot, right? Approval screenshot.
Yeah, you need to attach the screenshot on the SR.
Okay, I will tell Kavita ma'am to do that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Once
Thank
it is done, kindly update on the WhatsApp.
I will update on the WhatsApp. Yes. I'll update on the WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. Thank you.